Welcome everybody to this sunny Tai Chi session. I have one movement, 3 different ways, great for seniors and beginners. We're going to start with a warm up, so place your feet hip width apart. We're breathing in, floating the arms up to shoulder height, breathing out, sinking into a knee bend, lowering the arms. Breathing in, we're going to take those hands out to the side, nice extension over the chest. Breathing out, lowering the hands and sinking down. I'm repeating this a few times. So think about your posture. We're lifting up through the crown. We're relaxing at the joints. And we're just enjoying that natural breathing, keeping everything calm and relaxed. This time I'm going to separate the clouds, crossing the hands at the front, lifting high with a big inhale and breathing out as the hands lower. Then turning from the waist, we're going to add our knocking on the door, one of my favourite warm-up exercises. So gently turning from the waist, arms flowing freely and just loosening the body and warming up. Bringing it back to our centre, and we're going to repeat those movements but take our feet slightly wider, and then we can sink into a lower knee bend, warming up the legs gently. This time I'm going to circle the arms in the opposite direction as before, gathering the chi, breathing in as the arms come up, breathing out slowly as the hands push towards the floor. And knocking on the door, this time taking it a little bit further with the body weight transfer, so swaying from one foot to the other and making that turn of the waist a little bit further now we're a bit more warmed up. bringing the warm-up slowly to a close. So our Tai Chi movement is called single whip, and we're going to practice it in 3 different ways. So if we start with our feet hip width apart, we're going to make our hook, other hand palm to elbow, and we are circling that hand over our head, turning the waist to power the movement into that single whip strike. Let's practice that on the other side. Back to the first side, we're going to add our step out to bow stance. We want to be transferring the weight at the same time as the turn of the waist and the single whip strike, focusing on that moving hand. Let's try that on the second side. Great job, guys. So moving on to our second way, we're standing in parallel stance. Let's do the arms. Make your hook. This time the other hand is going to smooth down that top of the forearm. We're circling it round, and then we are going to push out to that single whip strike. Let's circle round back to the starting position. So we want to smooth down this arm, follow the hand with the eye line, circle it around, and we want to be turning the waist to power this arm movement out to the side. Okay, let's try that on the other side. So make your hook. Other hand is coming up on top of the arm, and we're smoothing down that forearm, circling around. We want to be turning the waist and following that hand and pushing out towards our strike. Remember to keep the other arm lifted with that hook. Okay, let's add the legs this time. Back to the first side. So we're going to step out once we start circling the hand and we're transferring the weight over to side bow. We're going to bring this foot in and lift up if we can, and then step out to side bow towards the side. Wonderful, let's try that all on the second side. Making our hook, tapping in, staying here as we smooth down the arm. We're transferring the weight as we step out, circle the hand, bringing this foot in slightly, lifting up and pushing out, stepping out to our bow stance. Let's step back into our parallel stance and practice our third way of single whip. Again with the arms first, make your hook. The other hand is coming on top of the hook with the palm facing up. We want to turn that palm over so that it faces down and then move the hand all the way across the front to the corner and we are making our strike. And you want to feel like this arm is slicing through the air with some resistance and then sinking into our strike. Let's try that on the second side. Okay, let's add the footwork to the first side. As this hand is slicing across, we want to step out to side bow, transfer the weight over horse stance side bow, and then as we make the strike, we want to sink and center the weight into a deep horse stance. Remember all these moves, lots of focus and intention and following that moving hand to its strike. And let's move over to the second side. Let's just shake everything off, arms and legs. Grab a drink of water. So now we know our single whip 3 different ways. We're going to practice that in a little combination. We're going to stay on one side and perform 2 repetitions of the first movement, followed by 2 of the second movement, and then 2 of the third, and then we'll repeat that on the second side. Let's begin. Single whip number 1, over the head and heel toe into our bow stance. Single whip number 2. We're smoothing down the arm, stepping out, circle round, turning the waist, and we're going to step out to bow stance towards the side, pushing into that strike. Single whip number 3, hand on top, turn it over, transfer the weight and slice across to our strike, sinking into horse stance. Let's stay here and gather the chi, breathing in and breathing out nice and slowly. Let's repeat all that on the second side, single whip number 1. Single whip number 2. Single whip number 3. And again, let's gather the chi. And if you'd like to practice that through one more time, I've copied the combination here again. Thanks for practicing Tai Chi with me today, and I hope you've enjoyed this sunny single whip session. And let me know in the comments which single whip was your favourite, 1, 2 or 3. And remember to subscribe, it really helps the channel. Thanks again, guys.